Botox, fillers under her eyes and cheeks, and even a nose job. However, she never independently verified any of these. Her appearance has radically changed, and fans have noted that the excessive usage of fillers has given her a distorted or bloated appearance. Because of all the fillers and repeated facelifts, her face now appears swollen, deformed, and pus-filled. The extent to which Goldie's face has transformed has disappointed her followers, who have been complaining about her new appearance. However, some of her fans still maintain that her appearance is just a result of her age and way of life. In any case, she clearly had some work done. In addition to the rumors and conjecture, Goldie has faced significant emotional difficulties. She has disclosed that she has struggled with anxiety and depression since her television days, and that she experienced panic attacks when starring in the late 1960s sitcom Good Morning World. She was shaken by two different house invasions she and her partner Kurt Russell recently suffered. She now claims that she always has a guard with her. Her beauty has suffered as a result of these experiences, which have left her feeling more worn out. Goldie now claims that she is concentrating on holistic well-being in an effort to become healthier. She has been participating in her Mind Up mental fitness project, juicing, meditation, and outdoor activities. The next celebrity, like Goldie, has undergone numerous surgeries and has a totally new appearance. Price Katie. Katie Price gained notoriety for her strikingly natural appearance from her early days as glamour model Jordan. She was fit, fresh-faced, and prepared for the camera. However, she has undergone numerous cosmetic surgeries over the last 30 years. Fans have even expressed their admiration for her beauty online. It's difficult to look at her now. Throughout the years, in addition to rhinoplasty, liposuction, stomach tucks, Brazilian butt lifts, veneers, lip fillers, Botox injections, and more, she has undergone 17 breast augmentations. Because procedures were riskier and less expensive, she frequently traveled for them. Katie has been rather transparent about all of her surgeries, despite the fact that she now looks rather odd. Some fans have even compared her to Spock from Star. I am plastic, which is why I seem plastic. At least, I tell you everything I've done. She frequently cautions younger women about the risks of cosmetic surgery, particularly fillers and boob jobs, and describes the procedures as harmful to the body. Given that her face looks unrecognizable after one of her facelifts, she may regret having all the surgeries she has had over the years. Her teeth appear to be too large for her face and glow rather oddly, and another picture she shared online features one of her earlobes missing, which is frightening for her fans. She has been referred to as Frankenstein, distorted, and alien, and many people think that she destroyed her face and body with all the needless procedures. Following a recent 10,000-pound facelift in Turkey, Katie has been candid about the emotional scars and mental health issues that led to her surgical decisions. She has PTSD as a result of the traumatic relationships and personal crises, and she later acknowledged that cosmetic procedures felt like a coping mechanism for her feelings of neediness and inadequacy. She described anesthesia as reassuring, and she saw surgery as a safe reset when she was experiencing emotional turmoil. Like Katie, the next celebrity has been transparent about her cosmetic procedures. Donatella Versace. Previously known for her Mediterranean vibrancy with olive skin, expressive eyes, and bold style, Versace asked fans for help in correcting the strange healing after sharing photos of her scabbing eyebrows online. She also added that even after all the surgeries, she still faces complications and anxiety. Donatella has acknowledged that she used Botox, but she has never confirmed the other procedures like facelifts, fillers, and rhinoplasty. Despite this, many experts have stated that she most likely underwent various treatments, like heavy Botox in the forehead, lip augmentation, fat transfer or fillers in cheeks, eyelid or brow lifts, and possibly facelifts or laser resurfacing, which has resulted in her having tight, glossy skin and mask-like facial contours. Her face now appears unnaturally stiff and glossy, all of which are symptoms of excessive Botox. Her lips are obviously overplucked and out of proportion to her features. Even her cheek volume and jaw lines are correct, making her appear more like a caricature, as many fans have claimed. Over the years, Donatella experienced a great deal of trauma and difficulties, which may have contributed to her feelings of insecurity. She took over the Versace brand after her brother Gianni was killed in 1997, which led to grief, self-doubt, and substance abuse. She also battled depression and a C addiction for about 18 years before receiving help in the early 2000s. After years of cosmetic procedures, it appears that she is finally tired of them. Recent photos show that she is now going for lighter, soft makeup, but it's still impossible to look the way she used to. Our next celebrity, Victoria Principal, has been affected by plastic surgery and illnesses. Many fans have said that she looks like an alien, while others claim that she is a human waxwork. Despite being married to plastic surgeon Dr. Harry Glassman, Victoria Principal, who gained a lot of fame in the 1970s and 1980s as Pamela Barnes on Dallas, is denied having any cosmetic surgery on her face. She is now in her mid-70s, but she still looks remarkably stiff and plastic, which has led to a lot of rumors and speculation about Botox, facelifts, filler injections, and laser resurfacing. For more than 21 years, she was married, which led many to believe that she had undergone cosmetic surgery, especially because of the slight changes to her face. According to some experts, she may have had eyelid surgery, filler in her lips and cheeks, Botox, a brow and neck lift, laser treatments to keep her skin taut, and other signs of cosmetic surgery. Fans are saying that she looks plastic and is unable to make normal human facial expressions now that she is 74 years old. On the personal front, Victoria had a terrible health crisis that also affected her appearance. She had a blood disease in her 20s that required her to start her own skincare line. Principal secret: in order to treat skin issues wholly and stay away from harmful drugs. She has also had a lot of emotional problems and scandals, from her breakup with Andy Gibb in the early 1980s because of his growing addiction to her second marriage to Dr. Glassman, which ended in divorce in 2006 and included some insider rumors of emotional strain and spousal strife. Victoria continues to deny it, but she doesn't appear to be aging naturally. Fans have been disappointed in her because she appears too stiff and young for her age of 74. However, our next celebrity, Janet Jackson, who is currently in her mid-50s, acknowledged that she had some work done, but denied the rest. She became well known as a cultural icon who pushed boundaries in the music industry and was a successful singer, songwriter, dancer, and actress. Although the once glamorous star has always maintained strict control over her appearance, she now acknowledges that she had a rhinoplasty at the age of 16, but she denies any other procedures. Nevertheless, numerous experts have examined her photos and speculate that she may have had Botox, facial liposuction, dermal fillers in her cheeks, and breast augmentation. It also appears that she had a nose job, an upper and lower facelift, Botox injections to reduce crow's feet and forehead lines, cheek fillers to restore volume, and possibly breast implants have all changed her appearance or her age. Janet's physical appearance has been shifting over time, with her weight shifting at times, and her appearance appearing much thinner and more fragile at other times. This is likely due to her touring schedule and media attention. Over the years, she has experienced numerous emotional setbacks that have also impacted her appearance. The most famous of these was the 2004 Super Bowl Nipplegate incident, in which she was dancing when her costume tore, revealing her breasts to millions of viewers. She felt as though her career had been ruined by the media blacklisting, FCC fines, and cultural condemnation that followed. An emotionally restrictive marriage to Rene Elizondo Jr., who directed her videos and reportedly controlled much of her professional life, and a long battle with body dysmorphia and self-esteem issues, may have contributed to Janet's increased use of cosmetic procedures. Her appearance has changed somewhat since her divorce in 2003 due to a mental health crisis brought on by her self-esteem issues. However, our next celebrity, Pamela Anderson, regrets every procedure they had. Known as the iconic blonde bombshell from Baywatch, who was adored for her curves and glamorous persona, Pamela Anderson eventually acknowledged that she occasionally had Botox and breast augmentations, but she later regretted it, especially since it altered her appearance and she felt that she now looked strange. Fans have compared her current photos to her older ones, showing that her face now looks more frail and weathered, with wrinkles and thinning skin. She also rejected invasive procedures and wanted to return to normal beauty standards. Additionally, her eyes began to sink, making her look unlike herself. As a result, she regretted ever having any of the procedures and went to remove the implants. Adjusting to a new way of life. Pamela's life has been characterized by severe trauma over the years, some of which has impacted her mentality and sense of self-worth. She was molested by a babysitter at the age of 6, and then by Rue at the age of 12, which she later claimed led to deep mistrust and suicidal thoughts in her early years. Her fame from Playboy covers and Baywatch was followed by extreme exploitation, a stolen. Anderson's marriage to Tommy Lee suffered from spousal abuse. Lee once attacked her while she held their infant son, leading to his arrest and jail time. This event violated privacy norms and drove her to the verge of being labeled a cultural victim. The distribution of the tape featuring Tommy Lee without her consent caused her to suffer long-lasting emotional harm, including depression and addiction. She said she feels more herself than ever and has found peace after embracing a makeup-free natural life in recent years to recover from all the plastic surgery she regretted. She disclosed that she had tried Botox and fillers, but had avoided them for more than 3 years. She now focuses on internal health with vitamins, turmeric for arthritis, a plant-based diet, and emotional healing. Sarah Jessica Parker, our next celebrity, has admitted to using non-surgical procedures like Botox, dermal fillers, and dermatological peels. She is well known for her iconic role as Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City, her successful Broadway career, and her amazing sense of style. Despite her beauty, it is difficult to look at her now. Her face still has natural fine lines and expressions, but some fans still believe that she had some work done, which she denies. She also denied ever having a facelift or major cosmetic surgery, saying in interviews that She missed out on getting one around the age of 44 and instead chose to have some maintenance procedures done by a dermatologist rather than having surgery. Over the years, SJP has faced various career and personal challenges, including the sexist double standards of the entertainment industry and the public's interest in her appearance. She may have had some enhancements, such as cheek or lip fillers and laser resurfacing. Her jaw is too tight, and she lacks jowls, which is due to injectables or skin tightening treatments. At least her face doesn't look too puffy or stiff, like other people who have had work done on their faces. Took a significant emotional toll on her life. She also battled infertility on an emotional and physical level, which led to the surrogacy of her 3 children with her husband. She has been heavily criticized for her appearance and fashion choices. It appears that the pressure to maintain her public persona is what led her to turn to cosmetic procedures. Even if they were non-invasive, she has also experienced some unidentified health issues, which has resulted in her performance being canceled, making her appear exhausted and different. SJP says she is presentable, but dislikes looking at her reflection, admitting that she frequently questions whether it's too late to think about having surgery. She also acknowledges that she feels a lot of pressure because women's appearance is so important in Hollywood. Moving on to our next celebrity. She has undergone a dramatic makeover since turning 80. A few decades later, Priscilla Presley's face looks completely different, though it's not entirely her fault. In 2003, she fell victim to a cosmetic scam run by an unlicensed practitioner, Dr. Daniel Serrano. Priscilla Presley was praised in her youth for her striking elegance and soft features in roles like Dallas and the Naked Gun films. She also helped turn Graceland into a worldwide landmark. Known as Dr. Jiffy Lube, he injected industrial-grade silicone, the same kind used to lubricate automobile parts, into her face, resulting in severe lumps, scarring, and deformation. She later disclosed that the treatment was a botched one, and ever since the incident, she has had to undergo additional corrective procedures to fix the face. But this has only made her appearance more and more different from who she was before the accident. However, some experts claim that she had overdone fillers, compressed facial volume, and rigid skin as a result of all the surgeries she had, including a facelift, cheek lifts or implants, brow lift, Botox, and a nose job, likely to minimize damage, restore symmetry, and counteract the scarring from the industrial silicone. She may have attempted to reconstruct her face, but it left her face looking compacted and somewhat squished. Although the cosmetic surgeries did some good work, there were some long-lasting effects, such as a Joker smile from muscle tightening and the gummy, pouty lips typical of filler migration. Priscilla has publicly stated that she feels a lot of regret about the first time she visited the practitioner. The corrective work, to some extent, put her face back together after it initially seemed hopeless when she was injected with industrial silicone. Because it ended up permanently altering her face, she also warns others about the risks of unregulated cosmetic procedures. Just as Priscilla's surgery caused damage to her face, our next celebrity, Kim Novak, was also a little unlucky. Kim Novak, the elegant Vertigo star of the 1950s and 1960s, was long praised for her timeless beauty and petite, symmetrical features. However, her public metamorphosis at the 2014 Oscars, when her face looked taut, puffy, and almost unrecognizable at the age of 81, shocked everyone and sparked a lot of social media mockery and criticism. Kim later wrote a heartfelt open letter confirming that she had had fat injections in her cheeks in 2012, but she claims that this was the worst thing she has ever done. She called the experience regrettable and spoke out against the bullying she experienced online because she didn't want to have a facelift and instead had fat injections, which made her look stiff and unfamiliar. Some plastic surgeons examined her Oscar appearance and suggested that she might have had other procedures like a facelift, chin implant, aggressive cheek fillers, and even rhinoplasty because they saw that her upper face was widened. Fans have been extremely critical of Kim's changing facial structure, saying that she looks uncanny, like a doll, and that she ruined her face when she was aging beautifully before. They believe that surgery destroyed her look and have expressed their disappointment in her. Other features include a masculinized jawline, uneven nasolabial folds, and an unnatural fill in her cheeks, all of which are signs of multiple procedures, some of which may have gone wrong. However, Kim acknowledged that the pressures of Hollywood and her need for perfection led her to experiment with less intrusive zoning procedures. But she cautioned that some of the choices could be disastrous. After everything she went through, she encourages others to embrace resilience, healthier coping strategies, and a rejection of beauty standards. She obviously regrets all of her previous cosmetic procedures, just like some other celebrities, but she doesn't feel the same regret as the next big star. Laura Flynn Boyle as Donna Hayward in Twin Peaks. Laura Flynn Boyle became a defining face of the early 1990s, admired for her slender elegance, expressive eyes, and sharply defined features. However, in the 2000s, her appearance started to drastically change when she made the decision to undergo cosmetic procedures such as Botox, fillers, and brow and facelift work. Fans were shocked and disappointed by how strange Laura's face looked by the late 2000s. She no longer has the narrow jawline and sculpted cheekbones that once defined her beauty, and her face now looks unrecognizable with a puffy and heavy face. Her full cheeks, drooping jowls, and trout-pout lips may all be the result of excessive dermal fillers, lip augmentation, and Botox overuse. She has a permanent Botox face, and it's particularly unfortunate that her naturally gorgeous lips have become swollen and ruined. Her facial transformation coincided with her major career decline, and some fans have even said that her face looks like it's melting. She was once in demand after Twin Peaks in The Practice. In a candid 2025 interview, Boyle denied rumors that she had left Hollywood, describing persistent ageism and intense tabloid scrutiny. But she made it clear that she never left, pursuing acting discreetly and putting her own peace first. However, Laura saw fewer roles as her face completely changed, particularly as a result of her scandal with Jack Nicholson. It appears that she will not allow the negative effects of her plastic surgery to affect her and her acting career. But for the next celebrity, Joan Van Ark, whose portrayal of Vilene Ewing on Knots Landing has fans wondering what happened to her face. Her return in the movie Mother Couch demonstrated her enduring presence and resilience beyond surface perception, and was praised for her warm, expressive features and inherent vitality. But you won't recognize her if you watch the movie and look at her current photos. Her face has changed dramatically over the years, making it impossible for fans and experts to recognize her. According to observers, she must have had numerous plastic surgeries to look entirely different, including at least 1 or 2 facelifts, a brow lift, upper eyelid surgery, Botox injections. A lot of people have called her a plastic surgery disaster because of her frozen expressions, waxy sheen, and tugged-down facial structure. Some have even said that her face is literally melting as she ages, and she looks overdone because of the unnatural lip shape and puffiness around her cheeks. She has never acknowledged having lip fillers, cheek implants, and possibly rhinoplasty. But the fact that her face has changed completely is enough evidence. Joan tried to keep all of her details private, but her photos went viral online, with many speculating that she also had eyelid reconstruction and chemical peels to smooth her skin. She has been the target of a lot of online bullying because of her surgeries, with some claiming that she has visible lip lift, scarring, and immobile facial areas, while others add that her lips look frozen and nerve damaged, and that her forehead never looks. Although she denies it, our next celebrity most likely had some procedures done to make her look like a cat. Jocelyn Wildenstein, who first gained notoriety as the wife of billionaire art dealer Alec Wildenstein and was praised for her model-like appearance and presence on the New York fashion scene, reportedly had eye lifts with Alec during their 1978 marriage, which was supposedly a small adjustment. Despite her cat-like face with arched brows, taut skin, high cheekbones, and slanted eyes, Jocelyn continues to deny having undergone any major cosmetic procedures, claiming that she was afraid of the consequences and that she never used fillers, only trying Botox twice, which caused discomfort and swelling in her face. However, it escalated over decades into numerous facial surgeries to adopt a feline aesthetic. Jocelyn went on to say that she had a small lift on her eyebrow and some regular chemical peels. But fans don't believe her. According to plastic surgeons and fans, her face has evidence of multiple facelifts: eyelid surgery, brow lifts, cheek augmentation, lip enhancements, and possibly rhinoplasty, all of which were done frequently between the 1980s and 2000s. She had a lot of difficulties in 1999 with her divorce, which led to personal turmoil and caused her lifestyle to collapse. The Wildenstein divorce in 1999 was scandalous. Jocelyn walked in on Alec with a young model, and he threatened her with a gun. Fans report that her face looks very frozen, overfilled, and alien. She was given a $2.5 billion settlement in the resulting legal battle, along with $100 million a year for 13 years. But the court prohibited her from using the money for additional cosmetic surgery. Despite this wealth, she later faced financial ruin, declaring bankruptcy in 2018 after Alec's family cut her off and her art assets lost value. Her extravagant spending, which included up to $1 million a month on luxury goods, depleted family fortunes. At least the next celebrity to acknowledge plastic surgery procedures is Tara Reid, who gained notoriety in the late 1990s and early 2000s through American Pie, Urban Legend, and The Big Lebowski. Initially praised for her small-toned body, she later underwent cosmetic procedures. The press and partners described the fallout as a tragic reversal from billion-dollar heiress to bankrupt eccentric. Primarily breast augmentation and liposuction, which became a public tale of physical and psychological repercussions. In 2004, Reid chose breast implants to correct her natural asymmetry and liposuction to sculpt her abs. But the result was a rippling, protruding stomach and a misshapen breast that some people compared to a goose egg. She later stated in an interview, "I became known as having the ugliest breast in the world. It was horrifying." The mishaps began with a widely publicized red carpet wardrobe malfunction in which a malformed nipple was exposed in photos. The disastrous outcome caused her modeling and red carpet confidence to plummet. and she disclosed that dating became awkward as men pointed out the irregular lumps. After 2 years of reconstructive surgery, which included a donut mastopexy and corrective liposuction, she felt like a girl again, despite the scars she now refers to as her battle wounds. She didn't sue the original surgeon, but at least she made the necessary changes to her body. And Tara has stated that the physical damage caused 2 years of denial and mental hardship. At least she looks better after the corrective surgery, with recent photos in 2025. She was once beautiful, and she could have looked better if the surgeries hadn't gone wrong. She has recently been spotted with smooth skin and lightened hair, but fans still claim that they can't recognize her. Bullying and body shaming took a toll, so she sought therapy to address issues with confidence and self-image. Mackenzie Phillips, the final celebrity we will discuss, appears to be quite happy with her plastic surgery transformations. Initially renowned for her youthful beauty as a teenage star on One Day at a Time in American Graffiti, she embraced cosmetic enhancements as she regained her image. In 2010, she disclosed spending $50,000 on a personal makeover that included Botox, Restylane fillers. In spite of this significant makeover, online critics and fans frequently remarked that her face appeared abnormally tight or expressionless in later appearances. She explained the makeover as part of an intentional rebirth, a reflection of inner healing rather than an attempt to erase her past. Laser treatments and extensive dental work were performed to smooth acne scars, erase fine lines, and brighten her smile. In her 2009 memoir, High on Arrival, Mackenzie revealed a decade-long incestuous relationship with her father, John Phillips, which she later clarified was coercive. The revelations shocked her family and the public, and fans questioned whether the treatments made her appear older, overly thin, or glazed, suggesting the maintenance aesthetic may have changed from subtle to striking. After decades of struggle, she reported achieving sustained sobriety and returned to acting with roles in So Weird and Orange Is the New Black. She also battled addiction from adolescence onward, experiencing multiple arrests, overdoses, rehab stints, and relapses. Her addiction caused her to lose her role on One Day at a Time in 1980, and again in 1982 due to erratic behavior and substance use on set, and is currently employed in California as a recovery counselor. Phillips has highlighted how cosmetic procedures helped her overcome her body image issues, particularly following years of abuse and addiction. But she also acknowledged that she felt conflicted, saying she didn't want to remove anything because she wanted her face to reflect reality rather than fiction. These celebrities used to look stunning in their younger years, but have since changed due to plastic surgery, physical and mental health issues, and financial difficulties. Which of these celebrities do you no longer recognize? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. You'll also enjoy the next video that appears on your screen.